Imagine a couple sitting in their kitchen on a quiet Tuesday morning. The husband is reading the newspaper, and the wife is looking out the window. Suddenly, she says, "Look at that beautiful bird on the fence." She doesn't need to see the bird. She doesn't even care about the bird. What she is actually saying is, "I am feeling a little disconnected from you right now, and I want to feel close to you again." The husband has a choice. He can look up, smile, and say, "Wow, that's a nice one." Or, he can keep his eyes on the paper and say nothing. Or, he can sigh and say, "Can't you see I'm reading?" That single, seemingly insignificant interaction, lasting no more than 3 seconds, holds the secret to the ultimate fate of their marriage. According to Dr. John Gottman, the world's foremost researcher on marital stability and relationship analysis, this tiny moment is what he calls a bid for connection. And how you respond to these microscopic bids is the single greatest predictor of whether your relationship will thrive, merely survive, or end in divorce. For over 40 years, Dr. Gottman has studied thousands of couples in his famous Love Lab at the University of Washington. He didn't just ask them how they felt, he hooked them up to biometric sensors, measured their heart rates, tracked their blood flow, and recorded every single micro-expression, sigh, and eye roll. He then followed up with these couples for years, sometimes decades. He discovered that the secret to a lasting relationship has almost nothing to do with grand romantic gestures, expensive vacations, or even how well you resolve your biggest arguments. The secret lies entirely in the mundane, everyday, seemingly boring moments of your daily life. In his groundbreaking book The Relationship Cure, Gottman reveals that the foundation of all human connection is not passion, and it is not compatibility. It is the continuous, moment-by-moment process of turning towards each other. Today, we are going to dive deep into this revolutionary framework. We will decode the psychology of the bid, master the 5 levels of emotional communication, and learn the exact mathematical formula that separates happy couples from those who are destined to fail. To understand the relationship cure, you must first understand the concept of the bid. A bid for connection is any attempt from one person to another for attention, affirmation, affection, or any other positive connection. It is a request for emotional engagement. Bids can be verbal, like asking a question, sharing a story, or initiating a conversation. They can be nonverbal, like a smile, a touch on the arm, a playful nudge, or making eye contact. They can even be physical, like leaning in close or offering a hug. The problem is that bids are often incredibly subtle. They are rarely dramatic declarations of love. Usually, they are disguised as mundane complaints, random observations, or silly jokes. When your partner says, "I'm so tired today," they are not just stating a biological fact. They are making a bid. They are saying, "I am struggling, and I need you to comfort me." When your partner asks, "Did you see that email I forwarded you?" they are making a bid. They are saying, "I want to share my world with you, and I want you to be interested in what interests me." Because bids are so subtle, they are incredibly easy to miss. And when you miss them, or worse, when you actively reject them, you are not just ignoring a comment. You are rejecting your partner's emotional bid for connection. You are telling their nervous system, "You do not matter." Your need for connection is an inconvenience. Over time, this repeated rejection creates a profound, unbridgeable emotional chasm. Gottman discovered that there are only 3 ways to respond to a bid. The first is turning against. This is a hostile, aggressive response. If your partner says, "Look at that bird," and you snap, "Can't you see I'm busy? Stop bothering me," you have turned against them. This is the most destructive response, as it actively attacks the partner's vulnerability. The second response is turning away. This is ignoring the bid entirely. You don't look up from your paper. You don't say anything. You act as if they didn't speak. Turning away is incredibly common, especially in long-term relationships where partners become distracted by their phones, their work, or their own internal stress. While it is not as overtly aggressive as turning against, turning away is a silent relationship killer. It communicates indifference, and as Gottman's research shows, indifference is the true opposite of love, not hate. The third response is turning towards. This is the magic response. Turning towards means acknowledging the bid and engaging with it. It doesn't mean you have to drop everything and write a poem about the bird. It just means you look up, make eye contact, and say, "Oh, that's a cool bird." You have acknowledged their presence. You have validated their bid. You have made a deposit into what Gottman calls the emotional bank account. The statistics behind this concept are staggering. In a 6-year follow-up study of the couples in his love lab, Gottman found that the couples who had divorced or were deeply unhappy had turned towards each other's bids only 33% of the time. They turned away or against 67% of the time. But the couples who were still happily married, who had a deep, vibrant connection, had turned towards each other's bids 87% of the time. Think about that. 87%. The difference between a miserable, failing relationship and a thriving, deeply connected one is not a massive personality overhaul. It is simply the willingness to look up from your phone, acknowledge the bird, and say, "Yeah, that's nice," roughly half the time more often than the failing couples. It is the accumulation of thousands of tiny, positive moments that creates an unbreakable bond. But how do you consistently turn towards your partner, especially when you are stressed, tired, or annoyed? This brings us to the second core pillar of the relationship cure, the 5 levels of emotional communication. Gottman argues that most relationship conflicts are not actually about the surface issue. They are about a failure in emotional communication. To build a secure connection, you must master the progression of these 5 levels. Level 1 is emotional awareness. This is the ability to recognize and identify your own emotions, as well as the emotions of your partner. Many people are emotionally illiterate. They only recognize 2 emotions, fine and pissed off. If you cannot accurately name what you are feeling, whether it is frustration, loneliness, anxiety, or joy, you cannot communicate it. You must develop a rich emotional vocabulary. You must also learn to read your partner's nonverbal cues. Are their shoulders tense? Is their voice tight? Awareness is the foundation. You cannot connect with an emotion you do not even know exists. Level 2 is emotional tolerance. This is the ability to accept that your partner's emotions are valid, even if they are different from your own, and even if you think they are irrational. If your partner is upset about a comment their boss made, and you think their boss is right, your instinct is to say, "You're overreacting, it's not a big deal." That is a failure of emotional tolerance. Tolerance means saying, "I see that you are hurt, and I accept that this is how you feel right now." You do not have to agree with the facts to validate the feelings. You must create a safe space where all emotions are allowed to exist without immediate judgment. Level 3 is emotional understanding. This goes a step deeper. It is the ability to empathize with the context of the emotion. It requires you to listen to the story behind the feeling. If your partner is angry about the dirty dishes, emotional understanding means realizing that the anger isn't really about the dishes. It's about the fact that they feel overwhelmed, unappreciated, and like they are carrying the mental load of the household alone. You are looking for the deeper meaning. You are asking, what does this emotion tell me about their inner world, their history, and their needs? Level 4 is non-defensive listening. This is perhaps the hardest level to master, especially during a conflict. When your partner expresses a negative emotion, especially if it is directed at you, your ego will instantly want to defend itself. You will want to counterattack, make excuses, or play the victim. Non-defensive listening means taking a deep breath, swallowing your pride, and simply listening to their complaint without firing back. It means saying, "I hear you. Tell me more." When you drop your defenses, you de-escalate the conflict instantly. You show your partner that their emotional safety is more important to you than your ego. Level 5 is empathy. This is the pinnacle of emotional communication. Empathy is not just understanding your partner's feelings, it is feeling with them. It is sharing their emotional experience. It is looking them in the eye and saying, I can see how much pain this is causing you, and I am so sorry you are going through this. I am here with you. Empathy communicates the ultimate message of the relationship cure: you are not alone. Your pain is my pain, and your joy is my joy. When you consistently practice these 5 levels, you build a culture of appreciation and respect. But what happens when you inevitably fail? What happens when you turn away, or when you get defensive, and a real, heated argument breaks out? This is where Gottman introduces his most famous mathematical discovery, the magic ratio. Through his rigorous data analysis, Gottman discovered that in stable, happy relationships, there is a specific ratio of positive to negative interactions during a conflict. That ratio is 5 to 1. For every 1 negative interaction, a criticism, a sarcastic remark, an eye roll, a moment of defensiveness, there must be at least 5 positive interactions to balance it out. These positive interactions don't have to be massive. They can be a gentle touch on the hand, a soft tone of voice, a moment of humor, a nod of agreement, or a simple "I see your point." If the ratio drops below 5 to 1, the relationship enters what Gottman calls the negative sentiment override. In this state, the emotional bank account is overdrawn. Your partner's neutral actions are perceived as negative. If they ask, "Did you take out the trash?" you hear, "You are lazy and never do anything around here." Once a couple enters negative sentiment override, it is incredibly difficult to climb out without deliberate, conscious effort. To maintain the 5 to 1 ratio, you must learn how to fight fairly. Gottman identifies the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that predict divorce with over 90% accuracy: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Criticism is attacking your partner's character. "You are so selfish," rather than their behavior. "I'm upset you didn't call." Contempt is the most destructive of the 4. It is attacking your partner's sense of self with the intent to insult or psychologically abuse them. It includes sarcasm, mockery, name-calling, and hostile humor. Contempt is fueled by long-simmering negative thoughts, and it literally destroys the immune system of the person on the receiving end. Defensiveness is playing the victim to ward off a perceived attack, which only escalates the conflict. And stonewalling is shutting down, tuning out, and withdrawing from the interaction, usually because your nervous system has become completely flooded with stress. To defeat the 4 horsemen, you must use their antidotes. The antidote to criticism is a gentle startup. Instead of attacking, state your feelings and needs using I statements. "I feel overwhelmed when the kitchen is messy, and I need help cleaning it." The antidote to contempt is building a culture of appreciation. You must actively look for things your partner does right and verbally thank them for them. The antidote to defensiveness is taking responsibility. Even if it's just 1% of the issue, own it. "You're right, I did forget to call. I'm sorry." And the antidote to stonewalling is physiological self-soothing. When your heart rate exceeds 100 beats per minute, you are in fight or flight mode, and you are physically incapable of empathy. You must call a timeout, take 20 minutes to calm your nervous system, and then return to the conversation. But even if you master the bids, the emotional communication, and the conflict resolution, there is one final, crucial layer to the relationship cure. Gottman calls it creating shared meaning. A relationship is not just about managing conflict and turning towards each other. It is about building a shared inner life. It is about creating a culture that is unique to the 2 of you. This culture is built on rituals of connection, shared roles, shared goals, and shared symbols. Rituals of connection are the daily, weekly, or yearly habits that you prioritize no matter what. It is the 6-second kiss when you leave for work. It is the Sunday morning coffee where you talk about the week ahead. It is the annual vacation to the same cabin. These rituals act as anchors in the storm of life. They tell your partner, no matter how chaotic the world gets, this time is sacred. This time is for us. Shared roles and goals involve building a life together where you both feel a sense of purpose. It is asking each other, what does it mean to be a family? What are our financial goals? How do we want to raise our children? What legacy do we want to leave? When you align your visions for the future, you become a team. You are no longer two individuals navigating life side by side, you are co-creators building a shared empire. And finally, shared symbols. These are the inside jokes, the special songs, the nicknames, the objects that hold deep meaning only for the two of you. These symbols are the secret language of your relationship. They are the physical manifestations of your shared history. When you laugh at an inside joke that no one else in the room understands, you are reinforcing the boundary of your relationship. You are saying, we have a world that belongs only to us. As we conclude this deep exploration of the relationship cure, it is vital to understand that John Gottman's work is not about achieving a perfect, conflict-free relationship. Such a thing does not exist. Every couple will argue. Every couple will experience seasons of distance, stress, and disconnection. The relationship cure is not about avoiding the negative, it is about aggressively, deliberately cultivating the positive. It is about realizing that love is not a noun, it is a verb. It is not something you fall into, it is something you do, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day. It is the choice to look up from your phone when your partner speaks. It is the choice to listen without defending when they are upset. It is the choice to offer a gentle touch when they are stressed. It is the choice to say thank you for the mundane tasks they do every day. The next time you are sitting in the kitchen, and your partner points out a bird, or complains about the weather, or makes a silly joke, recognize it for what it truly is. It is not a random comment. It is a hand reaching out in the dark, asking to be held. It is a bid for connection. You have the power to turn towards them. You have the power to make that deposit in the emotional bank account. You have the power to build a relationship that is not just a legal contract or a romantic illusion, but a profound, unbreakable psychological sanctuary. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the science of human connection. If this framework resonates with you, if it gives you a new lens to view your daily interactions and the tools to build a deeper bond, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, the cure for a disconnected relationship isn't a grand gesture. It's the bird on the fence. Go forth, notice the bids, turn towards your partner, and build a life of deep, lasting, and secure love. If you enjoyed this book, please let me know in the comments. I'd also love to hear what book you'd like me to summarize next or what type of books you're interested in. Your suggestions help shape this channel, and I'll do my best to bring you the content you want. Thank you for subscribing to Raw Books. Your support means a lot.